Hey everyone, and welcome to another live edition of my tea tasting. I've got an exciting one for you today. It's one I haven't done an in-house blend in a little while, so I figured this one is going to be a good time to get another one. We have another winner for the summer the summer contest. That got you guys. They've done a they do like the in-store contests every season and stuff. So this one is actually really well. They're all really good, but this one I find particularly good for the season. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my water real quick. This one, it's gonna be a little interesting. It's Calypso Cleanse. I just realized something. By force of habit, I set the I set the water too high, and I'll explain why it's a little strange, but it's really good. So, Calypso Cleanse, Shanna, welcome. Calypso Cleanse is hey Ma, welcome. It's an in-house blend. You'll only be able to find it in the Adagio State Street store. Now this has a couple of different teas in it as bases. It starts with Calypso Green, White Eternal Spring, Rooibos Orange, Ginger, Rose Hips, and Aniseed. Now the reason why this is a little bit different is because it's got three different teas as bases. You have one green, one white, and one herbal blend. So it's going to be I see you waving, hi. It's going to be an interesting thing. At first I wanted to do it at 212, which is normal for the green. Amanda, welcome. Nicole, welcome. I just saw you pop in. It was going to be a little bit iffy. At first I was going to do it at 212 degrees because of the rooibos, but then I said to myself, I said, wait a second, since this has a green and a white tea, that's probably going to oversteep pretty easily, so I had to adjust my my temperature a little bit just to make up for it. So this is going to be brewed as a white and a green tea at 180 degrees. I had to think about it for a second, for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this bad boy. I have had a sample of it iced, but this is going to be the first time I have it hot. And I have to say, I was really impressed with it iced. It's very citrusy, very juicy, I want to say. And I don't say that about tea very often, because water, even with the most citrusy ones, you still get a tinge. Oh, you still get the taste of water. This one, you didn't really get it while it was iced. So, ooh, and it's a nice looking tea too. I'll show you guys in a second. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and take my whiff and let you know. Oh, I can smell it already. Oh, ooh, this is good. It's very orangey, very refreshing. It's like orange with a hint of effervescence. Like, it's got a little. Oh, that was fast. I'm not sure. I think my power might have gone out. It doesn't. Oh wait, no, it is. Okay, never mind. Shalyn, welcome, Shaylin. Oops, I'm sure I botched that up, but that's okay. All right, so it's. I think I popped a little bit sooner than I expected, so I wasn't quite ready. I'll go ahead and leave the water there for just a moment while I pour some of this out. Now this is a very chunky tea. I did not expect this to be as visual as it is. I'll show you guys in just a second, but it's a very nice looking tea. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna move a little bit over here. So it's got like a lot of chunks. You can see this right here is it's a fruit. I'm assuming it's either one of the gosh, this is what it's like. I'm assuming that it's like a pineapple. I'll look at it in a second because, well, I'll describe it in just a second. But you see there's like a lot of berries in here. You have what looks like a blueberry here, pineapple, got rose petals. And I'll even show you guys. It's a pretty good height. I'm going to compare it later to how big it gets. But yeah, this is gonna be a very flavorful tea. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour out my water and make sure. Yeah, it is okay. It is steaming a little bit. I wanted to make sure that it was hot because I mean I'm still kind of convinced that that I didn't give it enough time. And I think I put a little too much water in it because it's starting to overflow from the spout. And that is not something that I'd want to have looming over me as I taste it. So I'm going to go ahead and dry out the spout just a little bit. Just to make sure that I don't have any accidents when I'm trying to pour. There we go. Okay, now... Oh, I almost forgot to set Quackhead. So this is going to be at 3 minutes. I'm sure it's going to be closer to 3 minutes, 30 seconds, because I was cleaning up a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and read the ingredients, starting with White Eternal Spring. Let's see. So the White Eternal Spring has... there we go. It's got white tea, rose hips, pineapple, like I was saying, mango, cranberries, rose petals, apple pieces, hibiscus, blueberries, natural mango and pineapple flavor. Then the Calypso green, it's gonna have green tea. Like I was saying before, it's a green and a white. You get orange peels, dried coconut, marigold flowers, passion fruit flavor, peach flavor, coconut flavor, orange flavor, and mango pieces. And then for the third one, rooibos orange. Go down. There we go. Greg, what's up? Oh! And Quackhead is going off, and I just realized I forgot to pull out my little cup. There we go. See, I'm doing a lot of moving back and forth here. I knew I was forgetting something. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let that sit in the cup and dry out for a little while, and I'll show you what the tea looks like in just a moment. I'm gonna finish off the ingredients. You got rooibos tea, rooibos tea, orange peels, and natural orange flavor. So that's all that's in the orange rooibos tea. Which rooibos teas, unless you add a lot to it, it really doesn't need a whole lot because it's very flavorful and very sweet naturally. So I don't expect much of much ingredients and additives to it. So this is all good. Now I'm going back and forth. It's a lot of movement, more than I expected. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm trying to dry this thing off so that it doesn't dribble on my floor, but I always wind up dribbling something. You good? You good? Okay. No, you're not good. This thing is trying to trick me. Like, it's fine, it's not dripping and nothing, and then once I move it a little bit drops down. Okay, so I think I'm safe. Alright, there we go. Now you can see there's been a lot of growth. It looks like actually 2.5 times as much. It was a little bit down here, and it grew. So you can see it's almost to the top. Probably see my finger better here. So yeah, there has been a lot of growth, a lot of coloration too. I'll show you real quick. You can see the the pineapple has gotten a little bit bright white, and it doesn't show very well on this camera color wise, but there's more yellow in it than what it was before. So everything else looks still earthy, looks very I knew that was gonna happen. It's already dripping. It's very earthy. You see the rose hips, the rose petals. Sorry. And the leaves, they haven't really changed much color. The biggest change you've seen is the fruit, the pineapple, and I'm trying to find where that blueberry was. It might have sunk to the bottom a little bit. It's around there, I'm sure. Whatever. I'm not going to spend the rest of the stream trying to find it. But you guys, you saw it at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this down. Oh, this is not good. Like, the tea is sticking to my finger. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I have my little rag. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. And I'm, like, super excited to taste it hot. Because it was really super delicious when it was cold. Oh! Pouring it out. And it's got a nice orange kind of, like an orange-yellow kind of tinge to it. I can't tell if you really see it on the camera. But once it gathers in the cup, you'll see that there's a huge color change. It's look at that. It's a very orangey, an orangey, like, copper bronze. Well, I guess bronze might be a little bit too dark to describe it, but it's a very orangey, coppery look to it, and the smell is really, really strong. Like, it smells really tropical. That just wafted right up my nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my first sip because I'm super excited about this. And it's, once again, I have not sweetened it. I'm gonna drink this au naturel. I'm cutting down on the sweets just for the live streams. Oh, that is really nice. This does not need any sweetening at all. It's got a very citrusy, very juicy flavor to it. Yeah, that's satisfying. Like, I have had it before where it was iced, and I'm kind of tempted. Right now I have some dragon fruit tea iced in my fridge. When that's out, I'm gonna ice some of this, and oh my god, like I don't even know where to begin. It's got like a super orangey flavor to it, kind of juicy, but you also taste like a little hint of the ginger. There's not a whole lot, but it's there. Like, there's a little bit of a burn to it. The ginger really gives it a nice little kick, but it's not overly heated like a chai. That's something that you'd want to avoid in the summer. This is like the perfect summer flavor. It's orangey. It's more tropical than heated. So I'm really loving this. I'm gonna go ahead and have another sip. My god. Oh, that's so good. This is the kind of it's gonna be caffeinated. The green tea and the white tea are both caffeinated leaves, but it's not like it's not as super duper caffeinated. White tea is among the most caffeinated teas that's out there because I've mentioned this before in a previous stream that when you pick the white tea, it's white because it's still young, and it still has a lot of caffeine, because caffeine it's a natural insecticide. So it produces enough of it to protect itself early on in its leaf life. I like that, leaf life. And it's like it allows it to grow, so plants tend not plants bugs tend to avoid it. So when it comes out, it's highly caffeinated, and it's delicious. But it's not going to be to the point, since we're working with 3 different teas, and only 2 of them are caffeinated. It's not going to be like it's basically like I want to say kind of like a staircase going down. You have the white tea, then the green tea, and then the rooibos has no caffeine at all. So we're dealing with maybe about a third to maybe a quarter of caffeine content that you would normally have if it was completely white or completely green. So I'm not expecting much of an energy boost. I would say that this tea is really good for like the afternoon into the evening. If you are affected by caffeine, don't wait too long, but it should be fine. Because this tea, just in general, is not as caffeinated as coffee, and you're just getting maybe about a third to a quarter of that. Okay, and also there was something that was kind of brought to my attention. Thank you, Amanda, for letting me know. The term Calypso cleanse did kind of have a connotation to it where you would have to be running back and forth to the bathroom. There's nothing in there that I could see offhand that would have that kind of effect, but I'm assuming that maybe it's the ginger part, since ginger does have cleansing elements to it. That might be what the name of the flavor hints towards, I want to say. But yeah, the taste is out of this world. It was made by Artemis. She's one of the. I appreciate that. Believe me, if you weren't looking out for me, I would have that alarm go off at the worst possible time. So I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, and that's true. All the fruit has cleansing properties. All the citrus acids. Yeah, so there is a cleansing element to it. I just don't think it's going to be the emergency evacuation kind of cleanse. At least I'm hoping not, because, I would like to get some sleep tonight. But so far, so good. I'm doing all right. And I will, if anything happens, I will update you guys next week. Oh, excuse me. I will update you guys next week and let you know my experiences. But I don't think that it's going to be anything bad. So it's interesting. Like, I'm loving the citrus flavor, but it's not all one fruit. Like, of course, I read it off before. Well, don't worry, I will be scant on the details if there are any to share. But I'm not going to go into full-on play-by-play action as to what exactly happened tonight, but just rest assured I will let you know if there is anything that that I experienced out of the ordinary. But anyway, yeah, so it's not just one flavor. Like you guys heard, I said it's got mango, it's got coconut, it's got peach. No, not peach, pineapple. And it's got different flavors in there. All the citrus in here is well blended, so nothing is overpowering. You can taste the mango, you can taste the pineapple. It's all very distinct, and that's something that is it's unique when you Vanessa, welcome. It's unique when you can distinctively taste every believe me, I will let you guys know. Well, since this is an in-store brand only, an in-store blend only, there's probably very few of you who are going to get the chance to drink it. Uh, but those of you who do, I'll let you know if there are any adverse effects. I don't think so, but you never know. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, that you could taste all the fruits distinctly. The coconut is a natural sweetener, but you don't taste that specifically. It's you taste the effect of the sweetness, if that makes any sense. Like you could taste that it is a little bit sweeter than it should be, but the coconut is not distinct. What is it? One of the ingredients is in the tea is marigold. Marigold is used to heal wounds and help reduce swelling, and it's used to speed up healing. That's something I did not know. So I guess, like, in a way, not only is it cleansing, it's also got healing factors. That comes in very handy. Because for something like that, if you're going through any, like, a cold where you're I don't want to cover my face, but where your nose is inflamed, that's probably going to do some good for you. You did not miss anything except the possibility that this might clean me out, and I might be running to the bathroom after this stream is over. But you guys will not know until next week. So far, no, you didn't miss anything too important. You did miss me being slightly unprepared because I forgot my cup. So if that matters for you and you're keeping count, that's one. Anyway. Now, I am kind of sort of cheating a little bit. I have had it iced, so I already know what it's going to taste like as it cools down. But I can already that gives me an advantage, where I can definitely say it's really good iced. I mentioned before that I'm gonna make a. Oh, you're at Starbucks now? How dare you drink coffee in the middle of my tea stream? Mike, welcome, my name twin. First time that he's actually here, so you see that there's an actual other Mike Cuevas in the world. And yeah, I'm thrilled about that. I'm not the only one. But anyway, yeah. So my mortal enemy is you have a deadline. You're Oh, wait, yeah, you did mention that. Yeah, and I have had Starbucks before. And I have had coffee before, even though it was by accident. I tried to drink to order a tea like a total noob, and I wound up ordering some sort of coffee. I forget what it was, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to drink my words now. And it wasn't bad. I don't have anything against coffee per se. I just prefer tea because it doesn't have that bitter aftertaste. But I'm okay, and I can drink mocha nut mate, which is highly coffee flavored, without the aftertaste. So that's something that I can prefer. But when it comes to like straight up coffee, I'm fighting the hiccups. When it comes to straight up coffee, I'm not a fan. And I forgot everything that I was talking about before I got distracted. But what else is new, right? Oh, that's so good. There's like a kind of, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but as you drink it, you get like a fragrance from it, and it's really, really profound. When I was talking before about the effervescence and like the refreshing quality that it has, as it cools down, it's that is kind of getting more prevalent. I don't specifically remember pointing that out when I had it iced, That might just be because after something is cold to a certain point, it either loses that effervescence because it feels like it's just a mouthfeel of temperature, or it's intensified because if you drink something like mint tea but it's iced, you get that multiplication of the cold on top of the strong effervescence of the mint, and you have like a multiplied effect. So in this case, it's you can taste the effervescence, but I get the feeling that I'm going to lose that if it gets too cold, which is fine. I mean, when it's hot, that's the interesting thing about tea. There's different flavors as the temperature cools. I don't know if you really get that from coffee. I know that like if you drink lukewarm coffee, it's completely gross. But if you ice it down, people love it. So it's probably like that kind of platform where you have hot. Well, with coffee anyway, you get hot is like high quality, low quality when it's room temperature, and then back up to high quality when it's iced. But in this case, you have high quality, high quality, high quality. Like, it's just a different kind of it's just a different kind of flavor as it progresses. And depending on the tea, it's either a really good thing or a really bad thing. Because there's some teas out there that just taste awful when it's cold, and you know I'll talk about that in a second. But this tea, it transforms. Well, I guess I'll take your word for it. It might depend on the coffee. I'm sure that there are different blends and different flavors that maintain that quality. I'm not the expert, so I'll take your word for it. But just generally, as I understand, it goes up, down, and up. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that tea sometimes maintains that high quality throughout the different phases of its temperature. And when you get to some teas like, say, Ceylon, which has a very, very strong black tea flavor, when it gets cold, well, when it gets lukewarm, I should say, you get that really strong, the black flavor goes directly to the back of your throat, and it can get a little bit daunting. And from that point on, it's a crapshoot as to whether or not you actually like it cold. I personally, depends on who makes it. I could go for Ceylon when it's cold. I just have not made it myself to the point where I like it iced. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm oversteeping it. I don't know. But I have tried it, and it's not my favorite. I have had, though, on the other hand, I have had Ceylon that was really well made and cold. At Adagio, they had that as a mystery tea, and I guessed it right. I have witnesses that'll tell you I guessed Ceylon right. But I found it interesting that it wasn't as bad as when I make it. So I think maybe it's just my mistake. You never know. Yeah, I do make mistakes on occasion. You know, it's a rare thing. I think once every 3 or 4 months I'll make a mistake. But anyway, so yeah, I lost my. Oh yeah, that the Ceylon that I have made. Whenever I've iced, I had to make it super sweet to make up for my my mistake. Hey Ma, welcome back. I'm glad you weren't gone for too long, because that would be maybe in the tea world. Yeah, maybe in the tea world. It's hard for me to make a mistake in the tea world because that just it hurts. It hurts me physically. But whenever you make a mistake, you gotta learn from it. Mmm. This is interesting. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I just had a taste experience like from the roof of my mouth. Like the flavor has gone up into the roof of my mouth. Yeah, you'll know next week if it hurts for sure. I'll let you know. But the taste has gone like from the roof of my mouth up into the back of my throat. And like it's interesting. Like I've never noticed that before. Where you take a sip and it goes almost directly into the brain. Like that was interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination and I was just getting a little too excited. But that was like a really interesting feeling. I think my brain just got cleansed too. Mm. This is the kind of tea that I think I want to savor for a little bit. Like I'll give a perfect example. Last week, yeah, it does need it. Last week I went to a cheese tasting class, and he said that in order to really taste cheese, you have to leave it in your mouth and really think about it. Like the difference between a cheesemonger and a regular cheese fan, I guess, would be that the cheesemonger will put it in their mouth and taste it for a couple minutes, just to see what they get out of it. Now I do that on occasion, where I keep it in my mouth and I think about it and I try to gather all the information that I can. And this one, I mean, I'm not going to do it while I'm talking to you guys because, either that'll be it'll be really boring or really messy. So I'll sit there. Oh, there goes all my tea, but I'm going to explain what I got from that. Yeah, that's not going to be... Well, actually, it might be good television for you guys. You guys would love to see me dribble all over myself, but I got to maintain some sort of decorum. Because this is the internet and nothing gets deleted forever. Oh, that's really good. I'm thinking maybe I could add a little bit of mint to it. A little bit of mint will do wonders for this. It would bring out the effervescence more, and it'll completely change the experience. That's something that I might just do. Not now, probably not with this pouch, but I'm definitely going to drink this one again. And I'm definitely going to have it experimented on. But yeah, I'll go with that for now. But I'm going to go ahead and, because I'm almost done with this one, pour out the rest of it. Ooh, oh, almost, oh, don't fall. Miriam, welcome. Oh, you made me choke. Miriam, welcome. Thank you for not killing me, just starting the process. Oh, it went down the wrong pipe. Yes, you made it. I'm glad you're here. I needed to drink a little bit to clear my throat, because woo, that went down the wrong pipe badly. And I think that it's ironic that you choke on something while you're drinking it, and the only way to finish the job is to drink some more. That is what she said. Anyway, so just to catch you up, I'm doing Calypso cleanse, and it's a very, very good tea. I think you might have had the sample of it, but it's got Calypso green, white eternal spring, rooibos orange, ginger, rose hips, and aniseed. So it's a very oh, excuse me. It's a very full flavor. I'm loving it. Oh. Whew. I think I need to turn my fan on a little bit. Well, I mean, it's already on, but towards me, I should say, because I am getting a little bit spicy over here. Ah, perfect. There we go. I'm gonna position myself in front of it so you guys can see the beads of sweat going right around here. Oh, I am like super hot right now. And not just my looks, haha. Anyway. And of course this is a stream where they're all women going, ah. But that's okay. I would say gag me with a spoon, but that's so like early 90s. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you guys remember that saying. I've never said it seriously. But yeah, I'm gonna go way back and say it this time. Still choking a little bit. Anyway, okay. Questions, comments, anything that you wanna ask me, talk about. Pairing. I know, Teresa, if you were here, you would want to know what this pairs with. I am old school. I'm not old school. I'm just an old man. That is like that's that's even worse. Oh yeah. So if Teresa were here, she would like to know what this would go with. Dessert wise, this is a very citrusy tea, so it can go with a lot of different desserts. Ice cream, orange sherbet, orange creamsicle, the orange pops. I'm going on an ice cream theme here because I'm still super hot, so I'm also trying to cool myself down. Let's see. Vanilla cookies. Vanilla and orange always go well together, I think. What else? Maybe a pound cake. I think like a little buttery pound cake would go well with this, with the orange. Chocolate. Chocolate and orange always go well together. I think that even if I was to put... I got some actual tea in my mouth. If I were to like freeze some of this, this would make this on its own a really nice dessert. Ginger snaps, yes, ginger snaps. A nice. It would go well because I mean this already has ginger in it, so it would complement that well. But yeah, this is. I think it would like a chocolate bar or pudding. I'm thinking I would like to have some pudding with this because it's got that nice that nice texture to it. The lemon coconut cake from Junior's, absolutely. Because that lemon would go well with the pineapple and the mango, and there's already coconut in it. So yeah, this is we're getting that flow, that brainstorm. But yeah, I also kind of not changing the subject, but going back to the cheese tasting. The guy who's lemon cookies, yes, that right on spot or spot on, whatever. I'm getting my I'm getting my sayings mixed up. Anyway, he said something very interesting. Normally, it would be really hard to talk about pairing and talk about what it would go with because taste is very subjective. So you can't really say for certain what this stuff would go well with. You can only recommend. But in the end, you eat what you like, you know? I mean, everybody enjoys something different. And, you know, every time I talk about that, I take that for granted. Because although I like these desserts, and I believe that they would pair well, they may not pair very well with you guys, which is perfectly fine. And the way that the class was taught, it wasn't what I thought it would be. Like, they wouldn't say, okay, now taste this cheese with this wine, and you'll notice there is this kind of flavor to it, blah, 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 blah. It was very much like, you eat at your own pace, you drink at your own pace, I'll talk about cheese. And the way that kind of approach to it really opened up my eyes, because I figured, you know, I'm recommending these pairings. I'm recommending what it should go with, what it could go with. But in the end, I mean, that's just my recommendations. You guys, I implore you, go out, get some tea, drink, eat, be merry, explore for yourself, see what you like, and keep doing it. And I think ultimately that's the goal that I want after all of these streams. Because you guys have seen my face, you've seen how I've enjoyed teas, you've seen how there were things where I didn't quite like, but, you know, I mean, it's all part of the process, it's all part of experimenting, learning, and seeing what it is to get, like, a new perspective. So, in that spirit, I'm going to do something that I never thought I would. One of these days, I don't know when, but I'm going to stream an Earl Grey. You guys, I've made it quite known how I feel about Earl Grey, and I'm gonna do it for you guys. I'm gonna do it for you, because Earl Grey is something that I'm not going to say I hate, because I've grown to tolerate it, but by the same token, I don't quite love it. There was one that I enjoyed, and it was kind of like cheating, because it was one that, what was the name of that place? No, I don't hate it. I just severely dislike it. Dislike it. But Shanna, what was the name of the store? The tea shop? Tallulah. We went to Tallulah, and I had an Earl Grey mixed with Lapsang Sao Chong, and you guys know by now, Lapsang Sao Chong is that really strong smoky flavor that I highly recommend. I highly love it. It's amazing. It's so good, it actually made me enjoy Earl Grey. And I have to say I was highly impressed by that. But that being said, I'm not going to stream that one for this experiment. I'm going to stream an actual Earl Grey, probably one that I've had already. Adagio has 3 Earl Grey blends. I don't think I've ever had just the flat out Earl Grey. I know that they have it in Naperville. I don't know if they have it at State Street. We'll see. I'll next time I'm there, I'll ask for a sample package of Earl Grey. I don't think I'd want to buy a full, just because I already know that I'm not a fan. But I'll see if I can get like a sample size, and see what we can do with that. If not, I don't mind. I'll buy the bag. but if I don't have to waste my money, I'm not going to. I'll see if they have just a sample of the plain Earl Grey. We'll see. They love me there. I'm sure they can spare it. Mm. Oh man, this is really good. Yes, I could afterwards. I'll drink one. Yeah, I'll drink one pot, and I'll say, "Here, you can take it. You'll take it off my hands too. Like you like Earl Grey? Hey, if you do, by all means." I don't, like I said, I don't hate it, because there are flavors that, not flavors of tea, but there are certain flavors that I won't touch. And you guys, I'm very, very. I like my food. I'm a foodie, but there's some things that I just won't. I won't do. But yeah, Earl Grey is something that I can tolerate. And I want you guys to see, because I love pretty much every tea that that I have made for you guys, but I don't want to be so one-sided, And I'll be honest, like if I don't like it, you'll see it in my face where it's just drink, bah. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. But what can I say? It's good to expand your horizons, even if it's a negative experience. With vanilla and coconut milk, it's relaxing. That I'll have to take your word for it. I've never had it. I have had it with cream, and cream does help. I have not had it with coconut, but the thing also is relaxing. I would say in the flavor form, you're right, but it is also very caffeinated. So you're going to have like a more of an awareness, an awakening kind of experience with the Earl Grey. But you're not going to have that I'm going to drink it and then take a nap experience if you're sensitive to caffeine. So yeah, I would say that it's a good I would say that it's a good description to say that it's relaxing flavor wise. But hey, if it relaxes you, by all means, cheers, Mm. Mm. Oh, you drink coffee and take naps? Okay, so yeah, it's probably the caffeine doesn't have as strong of an effect. I'm the same way. I do this every week. Well, not every week, but I drink a whole pot of tea, caffeinated or not, and I have no problems sleeping. So I get that from Ma. We have a caffeine tolerance. I'm sure she drank a lot of caffeine when she was pregnant with me, because it never really had that kind of effect on me. I would have to have a lot of caffeine in order to get me all riled up. And some days, like, I have been known to go a little nuts with the caffeine. When I first started drinking tea on a regular basis, one of the most annoying effects that I hated was my eye kept twitching. It was always like, I hated it. And I thought that there was something wrong with me. I was like, what is going on? And then I started talking about it to the guys at Adagio. And they're like, no, it's natural. When you have more caffeine intake, it's bound to show up in some way, shape, or form. And the eye twitch thing going here, and it was always this eye. Like, the other one was fine. It was always this one. And they were like, yeah, you're going to have some effects. If it's not the eye, it's going to be like the leg movement or the hand movement. It's going to be like a heart rate. Yeah, there is. So, so when I say that I have a high tolerance for caffeine, that's not to say that I'm immune to it. I just have a high tolerance for it. Mm. Oh, so that being said, this tea is going to be mildly, I would say mild to moderate caffeine, and I think that it's got a nice mellow taste to it, so it balances out your physical and emotional, wellness. I would say physical and emotional states. Yeah, I think states is a better description, because you don't get too overly. I mean, the taste is good enough. You know, I think I'm gonna go with what I was saying before about Earl Grey and Miriam's explanation for it being relaxing. Although it is caffeinated, Earl Grey is more caffeinated, of course, but this one has that. It has like a calming effect. The tropical fruits that you're drinking gives you it takes you to like a tropical beach. Like, this is a very distinct taste, and I really love it. I have another. Oh, okay. So I have about 5 more sips of this. I'm just gauging. So I'm not quite done yet, but I will be. I am coming to the end. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything that you want to bring up, I'm opening up the floor for discussion. This is one of my favorite times where you guys give me your personal thoughts, your questions, and that really keeps me on my toes. I really enjoy it, so I always encourage you guys. Throw it at me. Whatever you got. I'll do my best to... Ooh, I'm getting a little too comfortable there. Like, I'm already halfway through the floor. But yeah, I always encourage you guys. Go ahead and talk to me. What does it cleanse? That is a good question. I'm not sure. We were talking about that earlier, where there is this connotation where you'll drink it and you think it's gonna be like a colon cleanse. It's probably more like a toxicity cleanse, where you're eating the fruits. In this case, drinking the fruits, and it's going through the ginger has cleansing properties. So you're getting a good inside kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a workover, I guess, is the best description. So I will find out soon enough if it is a colon cleanser. If it is, I will let you guys know gently what kind of effect it had on me. Because like I said before, I've only had like little cups that big, maybe 2 or 3 of them. It's not going to have much of an effect. But tonight I'm having an entire pot. And that, if it exactly, dun dun dun, you're gonna see me go. I'm gonna do that whole cartoon pew thing going. Oh, and you're gonna see the phone go wee 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 in midair before it falls down, which is gonna be very interesting from your end because you're gonna see it from the phone's perspective, and you guys are gonna be like, "Why is the camera spinning so much?" But yeah. That would be very interesting. The poop emojis are, yes, they absolutely are appropriate for this particular moment. But it's a pending poop, because right now my stomach is fine. I don't even have to pee. After these streams, I usually have I have like 2 or 3 trips to the bathroom to cleanse. To cleanse, but I don't feel like any adverse effects. I don't believe there will be any adverse effects because, like I said before, there's nothing in there that would generally make you run to the bathroom. unless you have like an excessive amount. Um, Green tea is famous for cleansing. When you drink matcha, do not drink more than two in a day, because I learned that the hard way. I had two cups of matcha and a cup of green tea, and that did not go well for the next day and a half. Uh, that was, and those were work days too. So yeah, I have learned my lesson. I'm never making that mistake again. I have, excuse me. I have had an over. Does it taste healthy? I'll get to that in a moment. I have had at the tea tastings. Every single one I've done at Adagio, they do a matcha demonstration, and that I always keep in mind when I'm drinking the teas, not to go overboard on like any particular one, because that will have an effect afterwards. Where, okay, yes, I have had the matcha, and then there's probably going to be one green tea, one white tea, but then Adagio lets you taste anything and everything afterwards, and whew, you have to be aware of what you're drinking, because afterwards you get like you could be stuck in a bad situation when you had that matcha and like 5 or 6 green teas on top of that. Yeah, no, that's not a very good. You'll be lucky to get home in one piece. But going back, does it taste healthy? I would say subjectively, yes. It tastes healthy. It tastes very fruity, very. It's very natural. I'm gonna go instead of saying healthy, I'm gonna say it tastes very natural, because it tastes like juice. It tastes like the effervescence of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the effervescence of the ginger. You get like that whole like, you know, you're doing something good for your body. So yeah, I would say subjectively it does taste healthy, but it doesn't taste like soda. You know, where it's super sugary, super sweet. It doesn't taste watery at all. It's like that distinct flavor, that the flavor and the mouthfeel, I'll have to say, of soda is completely opposite. So it tastes healthy, it tastes refreshing, and it tastes it tastes natural. Which, I mean, it is all natural. It is organic. So in that sense, yeah, it does taste healthy. I have about. I could probably chug all of this right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Not yet, anyway. But hey, Rachel, welcome. I saw the like. It had your face on there for a second, so thanks for the like. Even though you haven't popped up on my screen, I know you're out there supporting. But yeah, I'm nearing the end of the stream. I'm running a little low, so this is last call. You guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to bring up? Now's the time, or forever hold your peace. I hope you guys are never that peaceful, because I love it when you guys participate. It's honestly, it's what keeps me going. I'm trying to savor it without swallowing too fast, because now that it's cooler, it's even more refreshing than when it was hot. Like I'm feeling a really it's a feeling that you get in your heart and in your chest, that I think that I'm getting like an emotional bond to this tea, if that makes sense. What was it? Unrelated, you can't hear Lollapalooza on the bus while listening to you talk about tea. Oh, okay, yeah, that I think that that's a good thing. I know your feelings about Lala, and uh, I'm glad that I can make you distracted for a bit. But yeah, I'm glad to help you out there. Yeah, this weekend, you guys, is Lollapalooza, so downtown is going to be a madhouse. Um, but it is what it is. I'm definitely going to be there on Sunday, not at Lala, but I'm going to be close by because I'm going to be volunteering at WakandaCon. That's the no problem. That's the convention that was made for like the Black Panther, and it's supporting black artists and like sci-fi writers and everybody who loves fantasy, and they love Black Panther, and I mean that is one of the most amazing movies I have seen in a really long time. So I'm glad to be volunteering. I'm glad to be helping out, and I'm doing it specifically for the jokes where I could walk in there and be like, "What kind of con is this? Is it sci-fi? Is it fantasy? What kind of con is this?" Yeah, I'm gonna get kicked out right away, but it'll be worth it. mm. A little bit of tea right there. Anyway, so that's it. I just finished it off. I'm going to be calling it a night. I don't have any announcements to make. Well, kind of, sort of do. Okay, well, I'm going to be. I've been working on a few tea recipes, so I'll be talking more about that later. But I'm just putting it out there. They better throw me out for those. Yeah, I'm totally gonna get thrown out. I'll be like, "What kind of condor is this?" No, that one didn't work as well. It sounded better in my head. Anyway, so I'm gonna be keeping you updated on my new flavors. Once I get the labels out, I'm gonna put them together, and I'll let you guys know. In the meantime, have an amazing weekend. I will see you all next week, and I will have a new tea for you. I don't know which tea it is, but I'll figure it out during the week. All right? Have a good night.